Tonight, a CBS special presentation. The brightest stars come out to shine at the Tony Awards. Bradley Cooper, Sting, Helen Mirren, Neil Patrick Harris, Bryan Cranston, Jennifer Lopez, Matthew Morrison, Jim Parsons, Nick Jonas, Jennifer Nettles, Taye Diggs, Harry Connick Jr., Mark Helgenberger, Larry David, Jason Alexander, Amanda Seyfried, Josh Groban, Kelsey Grammer, and more. Celebrate the best of Broadway with your hosts for the evening, Kristen Chenoweth and Alan Cumming. And now, live from Radio City Music Hall, the Tony Awards Orchestra kicks off Broadway's biggest night.
It's the American Theater Wing's 69th Annual Tony Awards, presented by the Broadway League and the American Theater Wing. Now, please welcome your hosts, Tony winners, Kristen Chenoweth and Alan Cumming.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and those of you who don't identify as either. We are so happy to be here.
Tonight, we're bringing you an amazing evening as we celebrate the very best of Broadway.
Welcome, bienvenue. Welcome, yes, again. Brenda, étranger, stranger.
Stranger.
This is the last time I'll ever sing this song.
Till our revival paycheck comes along.
Daddy has to eat.
We know.
We know you're probably used to just one host for the Tony Awards.
But this year is so big, it's begging to be handled by both a man and a woman.
I can relate.
It takes two.
You thought one was enough, it's not true. It takes two of us, don't be blue. I'm not you.
I'll pull through.
It's us two. It takes two of us.
It's been a record-breaking year, y'all. The Broadway League says it's the highest-grossing season in history, and 37 new productions have opened.
37. That's
Crazy.
cray-cray.
Banana pants.
But you'll all be delighted to know
Wicked is still running.
popular. It's still very popular.
Shut up.
Also tonight, my cutie patootie co-host is nominated for Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Musical.
Stop it. I thought you'd never bring it up. You're so nice. Thank you.
For Kristen, I'd just like to say that if you don't win,
Why? What have you heard?
just play it cool, girl. Real cool. We'd also like to mention some amazing performances on Broadway that the nominations overlooked.
Overlooked.
For example, Jake Gyllenhaal's incredible performance in Constellations.
Not here.
He's not here.
Not here.
Hugh Jackman filleting fish in the river.
Yeah. Also, not here.
And the producer of Finding Neverland, Harvey Weinstein.
Here! Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. You'll find that
Life is still worthwhile
if
you just count your over $1 million a week box office receipts for the last 3 months.
smile. We're both available for movies.
At very reasonable rates, as you well know.
That's right.
Let's talk about the wonderful plays on Broadway, too.
Oh, the real actors.
Disgraced. Hand to God. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Really?
Yeah.
Wolf Hall. Yes, I thought so. Parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Even Her Royal Highness has arrived on the Great White Way. Nominee Dame Helen Mirren, so powerful.
The fiercest queen on Broadway since...
Careful, careful, you're messing with our core audience.
Good point. There is nothing like this dame. Thing on Broadway. No one has boobs like this dame.
No one moves like this dame.
No one drinks like this dame.
No one stinks like this dame.
Don't say stinks.
Well,
Don't
what's
say
that
stinks.
supposed to say rhymes with me?
Sorry, Helen. Sorry.
I can't.
She's American.
You have
Sorry
great
about that.
teeth.
Sorry.
Great teeth.
Walk away. She's not amused. She's not amused.
I know, we're moving. We're
Thank you.
moving.
See?
And we agree with you. We need to leave.
So, Kristen, we all know that plays were invented by the Greeks, right?
Yes, I know. The Greeks invented a lot of things. I was a member of the Gamma Phi Beta sorority.
But have you ever wondered how musicals came about?
Actually, long ago, Nostradamus.
Nostradamus.
Okay. He saw it in a vision, and he predicted it to a down-and-out Elizabethan playwright in the new Tony-nominated musical, Something Rotten.
In the future, the biggest, most fantastic thing in the theater will be musicals, which appears to be a play where the dialogue stops and the plot is conveyed through song.
Whoa. So an actor is saying his lines, and then out of nowhere, he just starts singing?
Yes!
Well, that is the stupidest thing that I have ever heard. You're doing a play, got something to say, so you sing it? It's absurd. Who on earth is going to sit there while an actor breaks into song? What possible thought could the audience think other than, this is horribly wrong?
Remarkably, they won't think that.
Seriously? And why not?
Because it's a musical. A musical. And nothing's as amazing as a musical where crooners croon a catchy tune and limber-leggy ladies thrill you till you swoon. Oohs-ahs, big applause, and a standing ovation. The future is bright if you can just write a musical. Some make you happy, some make you sad. Some are quite big, some quite small. Some are too long, some are just plays for song. Some musicals have no talking at all.
No talking at all?
That's right, there's no talking. All of the dialogue is sung in a very dramatic fashion. And they often stay on one note for a very long time, so that when they change to a different note, you notice. And it's supposed to create a dramatic effect, but mostly you just sit there asking yourself, why aren't they talking?
Sounds miserable.
I believe it's pronounced miserable.
And people actually like this?
Now they love it! And what's not to love? It's such a delight! That's not quite like the musical. Wait, I haven't even told you the best part yet!
What the hell are you doing now?
It's called a dance break. Apparently this happens in musicals as well. People on stage just burst into spontaneous dance.
Why, does it advance the plot?
No,
Advance character.
not necessarily. Do it because it's entertaining. 5, 6, 7, 8. Another vision. It's a musical. What do you talk? What do you talk? It's a musical. A Susical? No, a musical with girls on stage. We've got snappy repartee, and the women are risque, and the chorus boys are kind of gay. A true blue musical. Oh, stand back! It's a musical. It's a musical. Oh, big and shiny, mighty finy, glitter, glitz, and chorus lining. Bob your head and shake your hiney. Musical. It's a musical. It's a musical. Yes, I get it now. We'll do a musical.
musical.
No kidding!
A musical. What could be more amazing than a musical? With song and dance. And sweet romance. And with the musical we might have a chance. Oohs, ahs, big applause with everyone cheering for us. And for some unexplainable reason, the crowd goes wild every time when dancers kick in unison in one big wonderful line. And then you start to to see your starlet won't quit. Big hit musical. A big hit musical.
Tony nominees Brian Darcy James and Brad Oscar with the company of Something Rotten.
Yes! I'm so excited to introduce our first presenter because he's someone I've slept with.
You too?
No, I just wanted to get the rumor out.
Oops. Please welcome Tony nominee
Bradley Cooper.
This season saw brilliantly written roles for women, and these 5 daring portrayals of heroic, sometimes tragic characters mirrored our changing times and invited thought into basic human struggles. The nominees for Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Play are Geneva Carr, Hand to God, Helen Mirren, The Audience, Elizabeth Moss, The Heidi Chronicles, Carey Mulligan, Skylight, and Ruth Wilson, Constellations. And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Helen Mirren, The Audience.
Helen Mirren takes home her first Tony Award. She was nominated for Best Actress in a Play in 1995 for A Month in the Country, again in 2002 for Dance of Death.
Your Majesty, you did it again. Thank you so much. What a massive, massive honor. Baby, this is for you, and you know why. That's nothing rude, incidentally. The foundation upon which I stand is built, beautifully built, by an elegant and fleet play by Peter Morgan, an elegant and theatrical production by Stephen Daldry, an elegant and imaginative set by Bob Crowley, the great Bob Crowley, a stage management team who are certainly not elegant, but and crew who are stupendous, a dresser who is a rock, producers who rock, and of course an incredible cast of British and American actors who make the Atlantic look like a little creek you can just kind of pop across. So thank you very much. This is an unbelievable honor. I'm so thrilled. Thank you very much indeed.
We've got a big night ahead with Jennifer Lopez, Nick Jonas, and performances from The King and I, On the 20th Century, and Josh Groban.
Oh my God.
My showgirls will delight you if you're feeling down.
Tony Awards, only on CBS.
Welcome back. Sometimes on award shows, let's admit it, the acceptance speeches tend to go on a little bit long.
Yes, they're endless, like my legs. So this year, we have taken drastic precautionary measures against that. Let's demonstrate. Alan, you are a superb actor. Act like you've just won and go.
Oh my God, I just really didn't think this was going to happen. I haven't prepared a speech. I really was just honored to be nominated. And I'd like to thank my team, you know who you are. I'd like to thank my mom, my brother, my husband. Everyone I've slept with in my entire life has made me the person that I am. All my problems, my therapist has helped me with all my problems. I really didn't expect this to happen. It's just been such a great experience. Yeah, boys.
Don't say you haven't been warned, people. And now 2 talented actresses, as opposed to 2 untalented actresses. One made her Broadway debut last season in Outside Mullingar, and the other was seen this season in You Can't Take It With You and Living on Love. Please welcome 2 beauties, Deborah Messing and Anna Klumsky.
The extraordinary men nominated for this next award are in superb company. Past winners in this category include Lawrence Fishburne, Kevin Spacey, Eddie Redmayne, and one of tonight's nominees for his work in a musical, my friend Christian Borle.
Let's see which of this year's fine performances takes the Tony Award tonight. The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Featured Role in a Play are Matthew Beard, Skylight; K. Todd Freeman, Airline Highway; Richard McCabe, The Audience; Alessandro Nivola, The Elephant Man; Nathaniel Parker, Wolf Hall, Parts 1 and 2; and Micah Stock, It's Only a Play.
And the Tony Award goes to Richard McCabe, The Audience.
With his Broadway debut, Richard McCabe wins the Tony for his spectacular portrayal of Harold Wilson in The Audience.
Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, well, this is nice. Thank you so much, Tony voters. The last time I made an acceptance speech, I didn't really know what to say, and afterwards, a well-known British actor came up to me and said, "Prepare your speech, you tosser." So, at the risk of sounding less than spontaneous, I'd like to thank, first and foremost, the great Helen Mirren, who is absolutely every bit as fantastic off stage as she is on. Our brilliant director, Stephen Daldry, Peter Morgan for his funny, moving, finely wrought play, and indeed all our talented American Anglo cast. I feel very honoured to have been singled out for this award amongst such fine quality work, especially since no one here has ever even heard of the Prime Minister who I play in the show. However, were he alive today, I know Harold Wilson would be very tickled at being featured in a hit Broadway show. So this is for you, Harold. Thank you so much.
And now an actor who will soon take over the title role in Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Please welcome Taye Diggs.
Good evening. The first nominee for Best Revival of a Musical is set in Bangkok in the early 1860s. A Victorian Englishwoman becomes governess and teacher to the many children of the autocratic King of Siam. Though vastly different, the two headstrong individuals develop a mutual admiration that borders on romance. Performing the soaring score by Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein, here are Tony nominees Kelly O'Hara, Ken Watanabe, Ruthie Ann Miles, and the company of The King and I.
It's a very ancient saying, but a true and honest thought, that if you become a teacher, by your pupils you'll be taught. As a teacher I've been learning, you'll forgive me if I boast, and I've now become an expert on the subject I like most. Getting to know you. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to like you. Getting to hope you like me. Getting to know you, putting it my way, but nicely. You're precisely my cup of tea. Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy. When I am with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed? Understanding that this kind of thing can happen. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? You count 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2.
I forget and. This time I remember.
Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and
No. It is no right. Not the way I see Europeans dancing tonight.
Yes, it was just like that.
Oh, why not holding two hands like this?
No. As a matter of fact, we...
Was like this? No?
Yes.
Come.
More breathtaking performances are coming up from the nominated musicals and highlights from this season.
Shall we jet off to Paris with Americans and Gigi? Or shall we head out on the town?
On the clear understanding that the Tonys are in town. We'll be back, stay right here, CBS. Who are these children?
They're so cute.
I know, get them off. Get them off, they're too cute.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Minutes ago, the award for Best Lighting Design of a Play went to Polly Constable, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
We are like family to each other. We live and breathe the show, and I think we made something great.
And the award for Best Lighting Design of a Musical went to Natasha Katz, An American in Paris.
An American in Paris has been a glorious experience from top to bottom for me.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you. In your heart, Kelly O'Hara. Getting to like you, getting to help you like me. Getting to know you.
You know what? It's a puzzlement. It is.
You're puzzled. How do you think I feel? And hey, it's not I Dream of Jeannie. It's The King and I. Come on.
I've never been in it.
I know these next presenters from my nightly imaginary three-ways with them.
You know them as one of the stars from the Tony-nominated You Can't Take It With You. I can't even look at myself. Rose Byrne and two-time Tony nominee Bobby Cannavale.
Creating a memorable musical comedy character that has a life beyond the author's libretto is the mark of a brilliant performer.
That's so funny. The work of these 5 talented men has been singled out for its excellence. The nominees for Best Performance by a Featured Actor in a Musical are Christian Borle, Something Rotten, Andy Karl, On the 20th Century, Brad Oscar, Something Rotten, Brandon Uranowitz, An American in Paris, and Max von Essen, An American in Paris.
That's 8 times a week for you at home. That's really hard. The Tony Award goes to Christian Borle, Something Rotten.
This marks the second Tony Award for Christian Borle. He won for a featured role in a play in 2012 for Peter and the Starcatcher.
Thank you. I already get to do Something Rotten 8 times a week, so this feels like an embarrassment of riches, truly. Thank you to the American Theater Wing. Casey Nicola, my dear friend, you have found your calling. Please just keep doing what you're doing, which is collecting an ever-expanding group of people who are brilliant and kind and grateful and hardworking and just putting on a show. I will follow you anywhere. Thank you, Casey. To our producer, Kevin McCullum, we are also happy over at the St. James. Thanks to your boldness and class and generosity. To the great collaborators, our writers, Carrie and Wayne and John, thank you for writing something completely original, kind-hearted, and uproariously funny. Greg Barnes, the pants. Matt Leonard, the arms, Joe Mahota, my brother. I honestly believe I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for your friendship and your faith in me. And to my dear friend Roger Rees, thank you for teaching me that you don't have to chase every mouse. I love you, my friend. I'm so honored. Thank you very much.
Where do we go?
Please welcome an actress who appeared on the New York stage earlier this year and an actor who is currently playing God on Broadway, Taylor Schilling and Jim Parsons.
Through their inspired work in outrageous farces, thought-provoking comedies, and historical dramas, the women nominated for our next Tony brought 5 riveting contributions to the stage.
They have created dimensional characters that are varied, complex, and in some cases, hilarious. For Best Performance by an Actress in a Featured Role in a Play, the nominees are Annalee Ashford, You Can't Take It With You. Patricia Clarkson, The Elephant Man. Lydia Leonard, Wolf Hall Parts 1 and 2. Sarah Stiles, Hand to God. And Julie White, Airline Highway.
And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Annalee Ashford, You Can't Take It With You.
Annalee Ashford takes home the Tony for her hilarious portrayal of the ballet-obsessed Essie in You Can't Take It With You.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Lord. Oh, I can't believe I'm standing here right now on Radio City Music Hall's stage for the worst dancing that ever happened on Broadway. I walked by Tommy Tune, Joel Grey, and Ben Vereen playing a pan flute tonight, and I just thought I walked past my dance gods, and I did the worst dancing that ever happened. First, I'd like to say it's been such an honor to be in a category with such brilliantly talented, beautiful women that I admire and respect. And I want to say that I share this with my cast, the beautifully gifted ensemble of actors who brought Kaufman and Hart's Sycamore family to life every night. You are my family and my friends on stage and off. Thank you for taking care of me and loving me. Thank you so much to my sweet husband, Joe, for holding my hand on the way to places every night. Thank you for holding my hand in my heart, and thank you for making me a better person. Thank you to Jim Carnahan and sweet Scott Ellis for guiding us, and Jeffrey Richards for producing us. And thank you for Beth and Barry and Dan and David and James. Thank you for Craig. Thank you to Nathan for my dance magic. And thank you especially to my real family, my real Sycamore family. Thank you for being weird and silly and loving me unconditionally. Oh, thank you to every friend I've ever had, every teacher I've ever had, and everybody I've ever met. Thank you so much. This is just a beautiful blessing. Have a good night.
And now, from the American Ballet Theater, please welcome Misty Copeland.
The next nominee for Best Revival of Musical is based on a ballet by choreographer Jerome Robbins and composer Leonard Bernstein. It finds 3 adventurous sailors in New York with only 24-hour shore leave. For one amazing night, they're swept off their feet by 3 beautiful and equally adventurous women. Together they cover the Big Apple, from Times Square to the Bronx, from the Battery to Brooklyn's Coney Island. Please welcome Tony nominee Tony Yazbek and the company of On the Town.
I used to think it might be fun to be anyone else but me. But now that I found you, I've changed my point of view. And now I wouldn't give a dime to be anyone else but me. What a day, fortune smiled and came my way, bringing love I never thought I'd see. I'm so lucky to be me. I am simply thunderstruck at the change in my luck. You knew at once I wanted you, never dreamed you'd want me to. I'm so proud you chose me from all the crowd. There's no other guy I'd rather I'm so lucky to be.
Come on, Jamie! 24 hours! Hey, why don't you look where you're going? You think it was your first time in New York?
It is! New York, New York, New York! It's a hell of a town! We've got one day here and not another minute to see the famous sights.
We'll find the romance and danger waiting in it beneath the Broadway lights.
We've heard on a chest of what we like the best of the nights. Sights, New York, New York, a hell of a town. The Bronx is up, but the battery's down. The people riding the holy ground. New York, New York, New York. It's a hell of a town.
The Tonys will be back with the legendary Tommy Tune plus performances from Gigi, An American in Paris, and On the 20th Century.
And Neverland's Peter Pan will take flight.
The Broadway stars have come out to shine bright.
On CBS,
it's a hell of a night. Look at the camera, look at the camera. Never turn your back on the audience.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Earlier this evening, a special Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement in the Theater was presented to Tommy Tune.
You see, my father's great dream for me was the same as every Texas father's dream for their firstborn son. They wanted us all to leave Texas, go to New York, and dance in the chorus of a Broadway show.
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of Broadway legend Tommy Tune.
We'll take a glass together in celebration of our meeting, in celebration of this most amazing thing. Tommy, celebrate, we are here for you. Yes, welcome 10-time Tony Award winner, the winner of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award,
Tommy Tune.
Through enterprise and experimentation, directors develop a variety of methods to communicate with each actor and member of our production team. We cajole, flatter, reason, plead, bribe, and most importantly, use what I call the magic ingredient, love, to help realize the vision we wish to express. These 5 directors are masters of their trade. The nominees for Best Direction of a Musical are Sam Gold for Fun Home, Casey Nicholaw for Something Rotten, John Rando for On the Town, Bartlett Shear for The King and I, Christopher Wheeldon for An American in Paris. And the Tony goes to Sam Gold, Fun Home.
Sam Gold earns his first Tony nomination and win for his brilliant staging of Fun Home.
I got a Tony from Tommy Tune. Oh my God. And I think Janine and Lisa aren't, they're still backstage. So they're gonna have to watch this on YouTube later. Janine Tesori and Lisa Crone, you were the 2 most brilliant, ambitious, fearless, honest, and exacting artists I've ever known, and I thank you for teaching me so much on this show. It's been unbelievable. I want to thank Alison Bechtel for your generosity, giving us your life and your work. I want to thank the amazing cast who have given all of themselves to this show, some of whom have done it for many years as we developed it. And I want to thank the brilliant design team, David Zinn, Ben Stanton, Kai Harada, and our amazing choreographer, Danny Mefford. You guys re-envisioned the show and re-envisioned the show. And I want to thank the producers, led by Kristen Kasky, Mike Isaacson, and Barbara Whitman. This is an impossible show to get to this night, and you guys made every right decision along the way. You're amazing. I want to thank my family. My parents are here tonight. My wife, Amy, you saw us through a very hard year this year. I want to thank you so much. Thank all my family and all my friends for all your support this year. Thank you so much.
And now, please welcome Ashley Tisdale.
Tonight is a celebration of the entire Broadway season. In that spirit, throughout the show, we are presenting performances from some of the new musicals that are currently entertaining audiences 8 times a week. The first is a romantic comedy that's set in the magical city of Paris during the beautiful Golden Age. Featuring memorable songs by Lerner and Loewe, it tells a story of a free-spirited young woman's journey to find her true self and true love. So now, please welcome my best friend Vanessa Hudgens, Tony nominee Victoria Clark, Corey Cott, and the company of Gigi.
What time tomorrow will we get there? Can I watch you play roulette there? May I stay up late for supper? Is it awfully, awfully upper? You are absurd. Not another word. The night they invented champagne, the stars came out to shine like bubbles in our wine. The night they invented champagne, the love food in the streets made all of Paris sweet, and no one prevented champagne.
There's a bubbly. Well done, well done. Well, hello, my darling. Yeah, cheers, cheers.
Oh, man, we will be right back with performances from Best Musical nominees, An American in Paris, and Cheetah Rivera in The Visit.
Plus, Kristen in On the 20th Century, and Fun Home, and later, Jennifer Lopez and Josh Groban.
The Tony Awards, only on CBS.
No, it's on your CBS.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Earlier, the award for Best Book of a Musical went to Lisa Crone for the book of Fun Home.
Fun Home was made by a perfect collaboration of exactly the right people to work on this show.
And history was made when the award for Best Original Score went to the Tony Awards' first all-female writing team for Fun Home. Music by Janine Tesori, lyrics by Lisa Crone.
I didn't realize that a career in music was available to women until 1981. I saw the magnificent Linda Twine conduct A Lady and Her Music, Lena Horne.
Please welcome Jennifer Grey and her Tony-winning dad, the incredible Joel Grey.
Groundbreaking, daring, life-affirming, heartwarming. These are just a few words that have been used to describe the next nominee for Best Musical.
Staged entirely in the round and based on cartoonist Alison Bechdel's best-selling graphic memoir, Fun Home is the universally resonant story of a woman reconstructing her past in order to better understand her brilliant and complicated father.
What? It's what it says. It's what it says.
A subject Jennifer knows a little something about. Now, as Allison draws her way through a memory, please welcome Tony nominees Sidney Lucas, Beth Malone, and Michael Cerveris from the company of the new American classic, Fun Home.
In this panel, me and my dad in a diner.
Where's Betty?
She went home. Lorna's on now.
Caption: my dad and I both grew up in the same small Pennsylvania town.
Oh.
And I didn't know it, but both of us were gay.
Where's your beret?
And we were exactly alike.
Put it back in. Keeps the hair out of your eyes.
So what a crew cut.
And we were nothing alike.
Do not take it out again.
Which was it, Dad?
Get Lorna. Need coffee.
You didn't notice her at first, Dad, but I did. I saw her the minute she walked in. I'd never seen a woman who looked like her. It was like I was a traveler in a foreign country who runs into someone from home. Someone they've never met before, but somehow just recognizes.
Someone just came in the door, like no one I ever saw before. I feel. I don't know where you came from. I wish I did. I feel so dumb. I feel your swagger and your bearing and the just right clothes you're wearing, your short hair and your dungarees and your lace-up boots and your keys. Oh, your ring of keys. I thought it was supposed to be wrong, but you seem okay with being strong. I want. You're so. It's probably conceited to say
Why am I the only one who sees you're beautiful? No, I mean handsome. Your swagger and your bearing and just right clothes you're wearing, your short hair and your dungarees and your lace-up boots and your keys, oh, your ring of keys. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next presenter, Kristen. Oh my God, Kristen. I said fun home. And now, an actor who made his Broadway debut in that championship season and an actress seen this season in Fish in the Dark, Kiefer Sutherland and Rita Wilson.
Each year, members of the Broadway League work tirelessly to excite audiences by bringing the magic of Broadway to theater lovers in nearly 200 cities across the United States and Canada.
Right here in New York, that included more than 13 million people who were enthralled by thought-provoking new plays and revivals, including those directed by these 5 artists who infused their work with passion and insight.
The nominees for Best Direction of a Play are Stephen Daldry for Skylight, Marianne Elliott for The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, Scott Ellis for You Can't Take It With You, Jeremy Herron for Wolf Hall Parts 1 and 2, Maurice von Stucknagel for Hand to God.
And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Marianne Elliott, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
Marianne Elliott takes home her second Tony for direction of a play. She won the award in 2011 for her staging of War Horse.
Oh my goodness me. This is an incredible honor, I can't tell you. We've had quite an adventure with this play. When we first started out doing it, the creative team, each of whom are so talented in their own right, we were just intent on trying to portray the world according to this very remarkable and extraordinary boy. We didn't set out ever to make a dime. We never even thought we'd find an audience. And every day we took risks, and we often said to each other that we were working outside our comfort zones with our hearts in our mouths. So you can tell how much this means. Thank you, Simon Stevens and Mark Haddon, for your mad and wild imagination and beautiful poetic writing. We've had some extraordinary producers on this show. Nick Starr from the National Theatre and Chris Harper, the latter of whom gently tried to persuade me that it wouldn't compromise our art to take it out of a small bijou 200-seat theatre in the round into a larger theatre where more people might enjoy it, and he was right.
Tim Levy and Stuart Thompson here in New York. I'd like to thank my agent who died very unfortunately on our opening night here on Broadway. I'd like to thank our amazing American cast who astound me every day with their passion and their talent. And I'd like to thank my husband and my daughter, without whom I wouldn't be able to do this wonderful, crazy job. This is for them, really. Thank you.
Please welcome an actor seen last season in Best Musical nominee After Midnight, Dule Hill.
The next nominee for Best Musical features breathtaking choreography, blended with the timeless songs of George and Ira Gershwin. Set in Paris, at the end of World War II, it involves a young American soldier turned artist and a beautiful French dancer who meet in the romantic City of Lights. Their uplifting love story is told through ballet, modern jazz, tap, and a wonderfully witty book. Please welcome Tony nominees Robert Fairchild, Leanne Cope, Brandon Uranowitz, Max von Essen, and the company of An American in Paris.
From now on, lady, I insist. For me, no other girls exist. It's wonderful, marvelous. She should wear for me. Soulful eyes, paradise. It's what I love to see. She's a so glamorous. You can't blame me for feeling ours. It's wonderful, marvelous that she should care for me. I love music. I got my gal who could ask for anything more. Old and cold, I don't mind you. You won't mind it. All night long, I got starlight. I got six streets. I got my gal who could ask for
stars, Chita Rivera, Nick Jonas, Kristen Chenoweth, and Josh Groban. We've got Stingland, Bryan Cranston. My name's Alan, don't want to sing anymore.
Stage and screen, please welcome Marg Helgenberger.
This season, Broadway saw many actors from television and film in classics of the stage. For some, it was a return to the roots, performing for and connecting with a live audience. For others, it marked a Broadway debut, and I'm sure they'll be back for more. Later, we'll present moments from the Best Play nominees, but right now, here's the grand view of the year in plays.
The egos in this business. But a black hole is what is called a singularity.
Well, I've been there.
Okay, let's give it a try. The one thing sharper than a serpent's tooth is a sister's ingratitude.
All I ask for is a little peace and quiet for myself. It means I'm not ready to eat your candy ass.
Hello. I don't think that writers are sacred, but words are.
I pick up a pen and almost immediately everything seems to take shape.
Hello, wife.
Hello, husband.
Will you marry me?
Okay. Shouldn't you be out having unprotected sex with people your own age?
My wife discovered I'd been sleeping with you for over 6 years.
I mean, well, yes. Well, no. Well,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Ad infinitum. I've become a liberal homosexual pediatrician. I did all that. Now what? And what do I do?
Nothing. No one is looking at you, dear. You're the tenor.
Now, an actor last seen on Broadway in A View from the Bridge, and a two-time Tony-winning actress. Please welcome Corey Stoll and Sutton Foster.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Featured Role in a Musical include Broadway veterans and 3 artists who are making their Broadway debuts.
In fact, 2 of those exciting newcomers are nominated for playing the same character in Fun Home. And the nominees are Victoria Clark, Gigi. Judy Kuhn, Fun Home. Sydney Lucas, Fun Home. Ruthie Ann Miles, The King and I. And Emily Skeggs, Fun Home.
And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Ruthie Ann Miles, The King and I.
With her Broadway debut, Ruthie Ann Miles wins the Tony for her marvelous performance as Lady Tiang in The King and I.
Please recycle. Broadway's Green Alliance. I am profoundly grateful for everything this recognition has meant already, and for this honor. Thank you to the American Theater Wing and all of the voters. I share this with 4 other incredible women nominated tonight. You are incredible. Your work is unforgettable. And these productions have made us all winners. I have so many people to thank that I love at Lincoln Center. You know what I mean to you. I'm going to make this less than 45 seconds. Bart, Ted, Andre Bishop, Ted Chapin at Rodgers and Hammerstein, Bernie, Telsey, and Abby. Kathy and Patrick, I feel like royalty. Our stage management and Miss John and Dell, my dresser, who is the other half of my brain. Our orchestra and backstage crew, each and every one of you is absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud to perform with you. Everyone at Lincoln Center Theater, but highest admiration to our ensemble. They have the hardest job on that stage, which is to tell a story with ever saying a word. They never get to open their mouth. It is a pleasure to be in such company of amazing actors. My scene partners, Kelly, Ken, and Ashley, thank you for your generosity every day. My love, Jonathan, I am so blessed to be with you. Thank you for agreeing to come on this crazy ride. Where are you? There you are. There's a lot of people here. Thank you for coming on this great, here's a joke, it's a joke. Thank you for coming on this crazy ride, and I don't just mean to the theater. That was the joke. To my mom, thank you for your sacrificial love and guidance. I learn everything from you, and I want to be you when I grow up. The Wongs, Miles, Blumensteins, TGC is my family. Lincoln Center has become my home. The Luz, I could fall and never hit the ground because of the amazing women who are my friends behind me. Jen, Rachel, Melody, Stefan Manna, Sherry, Daria. My teachers, Dr. Brian Gill, you are the best mentor and voice teacher. Mrs. Sigmund, Miss Kudo, Dr. Keller. There's a lot of people here. My heart. I'm very grateful, and especially to God. My whole heart and trust is in Him. Grateful for this display of your wild goodness than I could ever thank you for. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
The final nominee for Best Revival of a Musical comes to us from my friends at Roundabout Theatre Company. It takes place aboard a train, the 20th Century Limited, as it travels from Chicago to New York. Bombastic producer Oscar Jaffe is desperate for his former lover and protege, Lily Garland, to star in a new production that could save his career. Standing in his way are her very handsome boyfriend and a rival producer. Please welcome the amazing Peter Gallagher and Tony nominees Andy Carl and my co-host Kristen Chenoweth and the company of On the 20th Century.
Oh, Lily, you've gone stale.
A movie public's choice.
That's not the Holy Grail.
All the biggest names in town are begging to be asked to dinner.
Give them all a year or so, they'll drop you for the latest winner.
I've got it.
You've lost it.
I've got it.
You've lost it.
Oscar, you're crazy. They're taking your theater away from you in the morning.
I am offering you your last chance to become immortal.
I decided to stay mortal with a responsible producer, Max Jacobs.
Max, I love this play. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Max, I'll do your play. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Max, I really, really love this play. I can safely say I will slay Broadway. Make way for Bandit, the darling of the May.
and Cheetah Rebella are just two of the performers about to take the stage. For more behind-the-scenes excitement, go to facebook.com/the Tony Awards. And next, a special presentation from Bryan Cranston on the Tony Awards. Say it.
Only on CBS.
No, on. It's
I don't
only
understand
CBS.
that. No,
Come
on
take a
thing.
photo. Take a photo.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. You're pretty
How's
good.
my
You know.
hair?
You look
How my
gorgeous.
boots? CBS.
Only CBS.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Earlier this evening, the award for Best Orchestrations went to Christopher Austin, Don Sebesky, Bill Elliott, An American in Paris.
I've had the great good luck, along with Chris, to work with two geniuses, Christopher Wheeldon and George Gershwin.
And the award for Best Choreography went to Christopher Wheeldon, An American in Paris.
To my fellow nominees who have pushed dance to the forefront of their shows this season and who truly believe in the unspoken power of storytelling through dance. Thank you so much.
And now, on behalf of the American Theatre Wing, the Tony-nominated composer of The Last Ship, Sting.
Working on The Last Ship was an unmitigated joy for me, and it's been a great honor and a privilege to be embraced by the theatrical community. The American Theatre Wing has been serving this remarkable community for nearly 100 years, ensuring that the next generation of those on stage, those behind the scenes and in the audience will thrive for years to come. Yes, the Wing founded the Tony Awards, in the highest honor in the theater world, but their work extends far beyond Broadway, supporting artists and audiences off Broadway and from coast to coast. To all of you who have worked tirelessly to further this vital art form, I salute you and I thank you.
Please welcome last year's Tony-winning leading actor in a play, Bryan Cranston.
Four compelling productions are nominated for Best Play. Their authors have created challenging and provocative works that invite thoughtful consideration and active participation on the part of the playgoers. First, in a thrilling adaptation, playwright Simon Stevens brings to life Mark Haddon's best-selling novel, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. A 15-year-old boy with an extraordinary brain is exceptional at math, though ill-equipped to interpret everyday life. When he is suspected of killing a neighbor's dog, he sets out to solve the mystery of the murder. But his detective work takes him on a frightening journey that upturns his world.
To be a good astronaut, you have to be intelligent, and I'm intelligent. You also have to understand how machines work, and I'm good at understanding how machines work.
You also have to be someone who would like being on their own in a tiny spacecraft.
Next, in Disgraced, playwright Ayad Akhtar offers a highly engaging look into the stories we tell our friends, the secrets we tell our lovers, and the lies we tell ourselves in search of the American dream. A Muslim American lawyer and his wife, an artist influenced by Islamic imagery, lead a successful life on New York's Upper East Side. When a co-worker and her husband come to dinner, polite table conversation explodes, leaving everyone's relationships and beliefs about race and identity in shards.
Islam has no monopoly on fundamentalism. It doesn't come from a text.
You don't need to patronize me.
You've been patronizing me this whole conversation. I think you can bear with being patronized just a bit. You don't like organized religion, fine. You have a particular antipathy to the one you were born into, fine.
Playwright Robert Askins goes for the jugular by way of a sock puppet in his hilarious and heartbreaking new comedy, Hand to God. In it, a shy teenager named Jason is surprised when his Bible school project, a puppet named Tyrone, takes on a shocking, truth-telling personality all its own, forcing everyone in its path, especially Jason's mother, Marjorie, to confront their own demons as they search for redemption through a mix of riotous laughter and genuinely shocking twists.
try so much as to take me off your hand? Next time you wake up, it'll be with me stapled to your arm! What? You wouldn't do that? Oh, yeah, you look me in the eye, see if you believe that.
And finally, Dame Hilary Mantel's best-selling novels, Wolf Hall, have been adapted by playwright Mike Poulton. These exhilarating stories of power and persuasion transport us to the volatile court of Henry VIII. As the king rages over the lack of a male heir, his anger turns to passion for the alluring Anne Boleyn, who, with the intervention of Thomas Cromwell, becomes Henry's queen. But the king turns his eyes towards a new conquest when the Queen Anne fails to deliver him a son.
I will tell you what will happen to Mary. The Princess Elizabeth is to have her own household, and the bastard Mary will join it as her servant. Now she will go on her knees to my daughter, and if she refuses to bend her knee, then she will be beaten and buffeted until she does bend.
Those are the extraordinarily wonderful Best Play nominations for this year. And the Tony Award goes to The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
Accepting the award for The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, author Simon Stevens and producer Rufus Norris.
Thank you. It's being a wonderful evening, particularly if you've got anything to do with this show. I didn't write anything. I'm the director of the National Theatre in London, and it's my happy task to thank the American Theatre Wing and the entire New York theatre community for so embracing Curious Incident. We are hugely proud to be part of that community and hope to be so for many years to come. We're also hugely proud of this show, and on behalf of the National, I'd like to thank the amazing Marianne Elliott, her creative team, the cast, and all the crew at the Barrymore Theatre, our fantastic producers, Stuart Thompson, Tim Levy, all our co-producers, Nick Heitner, my predecessor, the amazing Nick Starr, but most of all, the person who is holding the real version of this, Simon Stevens.
I'm going to be very quick. Good Lord, there's an awful lot of you. To be included amongst writers like that means a profound honor. It's a profound honor. Magnificent nominations who inspire me and will continue to inspire me. I want to thank Mark Haddon. I want to thank my agent, Mel Kenyon. I want to thank Marianne Elliott. This play is written so that my children, Oscar, Stanley and Scarlett, could finally go and see what their dad did for a living without any swear words or extreme violence in it. It's a profound honor to dedicate this to them and to their mum, my wife, the beautiful, brilliant Polly. Thank you to her. New York City, you have been quite exceptional. Thank you.
Grammy winner who made her Broadway debut this year in Chicago. Please welcome Jennifer Nettles.
I was a fan of John Kander and Fred Ebb long before I performed in Chicago. More than 15 years in the making, their final collaboration reached Broadway this year in a production nominated for Best Musical. When the world's wealthiest woman pays a visit to her hardship-stricken birthplace, the locals hope she'll give them a new lease on life. Little do they know, her offer to revitalize the town comes with a dreadful price. Nominated tonight for her performance, please welcome the incomparable Chita Rivera and members of the company of The Visit.
When you're young, feeling oh so strong, what can prove you wrong? Love and love alone. when the sun seems forever bright, what can dim its light? Love and love alone. So beware, young love, lost in a kiss. There's a truth, young love, simple as this. Every fond hello ends in goodbye. What seems certain to live will die. So enjoy all the time there is. If you're his, be his. Make each day your own. When tomorrow's come and your heart is stone, what has made it numb? Love and love alone.
Coming up, Jennifer Lopez, Nick Jonas, plus Matthew Morrison and Kelsey Grammer in Finding Neverland, and Josh Groban, the Tony Awards only CBS.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Minutes ago, the award for Best Scenic Design of a Play went to Bunny Christie and Finn Ross, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
Curious is all about family and love and being different and being brave. And it's been really thrilling opening the show in New York, and that you all seem to love it.
And the award for Best Scenic Design of a Musical went to Bob Crowley and 59 Productions, An American in Paris.
So many people support the work we do, our animators and the rest of our team of 59 Productions, who are just spectacular artists.
Welcome back, everybody. Alan, I just have to say that I loved you so much as the MC in Cabaret.
Oh, thank you, Kristen.
Did you hear about the new movie version?
Oh, no, I didn't know that, but I'd love to play that role on film.
No, baby. No, they've already cast it. It's Johnny Depp.
Well, I just read they're bringing On the 20th Century to the screen, and your part's been played by Jennifer Lopez.
She acts like my friend.
Honestly, why don't they ever cast original actors in Hollywood adaptations?
I know.
You know, they're making a film of This Is Our Youth, and the three teenagers are going to be Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford, and Meryl Streep.
Yes. Yes. And, you know, you can't take it with you. The James Earl Jones part, Jaden Smith.
Yep. Now, Skylight's doing something interesting. It's going to be made into an animated film.
Oh, actually, I got that call.
Really?
Yes, I'm voicing the role of the spaghetti bolognese.
Good for you, darling.
And I have a song, Long and Skinny. It's bad.
And then there's the remake of The Elephant Man starring Bradley Cooper.
Now, to present the award for Best Revival of a Play, a Tony nominee and an actress who are currently performing together on the New York stage.
Please welcome Amanda Seyfried and Thomas Sadowski.
This season's nominees for Best Revival of a Play are prime examples of remarkably inspired works that are as relevant now as when they were first produced.
These timeless compositions continue to enthrall and delight a new generation of theatergoers. Once again, the nominees are The Elephant Man.
The right arm was of enormous size and shapeless. It suggested elephantiasis.
Skylight.
You're different from everyone else in this part of town.
How is that?
You're the only person who's fought so hard to get into it when everyone else is desperate to get out.
This Is Our Youth.
Why can't I stay here?
Because I don't want you.
It's just 2 days.
You can't take it with you.
Where does the fun come in? Don't you think there ought to be something more?
And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Skylight.
Accepting the award for Skylight, producer Scott Rudin.
Thank you, everyone, for this. It's a wonderful honor. I wouldn't be standing here without Bill Nye, Carey Mulligan, and Matthew Beard, who are right here. There is no show without the three of them. They're remarkable. We have a wonderful group of partners who have been with us on many shows. I'm very grateful to them. And this show in particular is the very happy byproduct of a 25-year four-way friendship between myself, my partner Robert Fox, Stephen Daldry, and David Hare. And we've worked together so many times on so many shows. And for me, producing plays in this city has always started with the plays of David Hare. I hope I'm lucky enough that it will finish with the plays of David Hare. And I'm incredibly grateful to him. This is his first play to win a Tony, and it's, I think, a remarkable thing. And I'm very, very excited for him and grateful to him that he's allowed us to produce so many plays and films of his. I also want to thank four people who are not here: Fiona Goldfarb, Nicole Fari, Lucy Sexton, and my partner John Barlow. They are the reason that the four of us were able to do this production together. So I thank them, and I thank you very much.
Please welcome Jennifer Lopez, Nick Jonas, and Kaisa.
This season brought the opening of a magical new Broadway musical, Finding Neverland. Yes, it tells the story of how playwright J.M. Barrie found the inspiration for the tale about a boy who refused to grow up, of course. To celebrate this new production, Nick, Kaisa, and I, along with John Legend, Christina Aguilera, John Bon Jovi, and many others, reimagined the enchanted songs that Finding Neverland brought to the stage.
In the show's thrilling climax to Act One, Barrie is faced with a choice: to write something risky and new, or to give up. To help him, a figment of his imagination, Captain Hook steps out of the shadows to encourage Barrie to find his inner strength and create the classic beloved story of Peter Pan.
And now performing Stronger, a song I absolutely fell in love with and had the great pleasure of singing on the album. Please welcome Matthew Morrison, Kelsey Grammer, and the Broadway cast of Finding Neverland.
You coward! Oh, boo-hoo! A man who is not willing to fight for what he wants gets what he deserves. Go back to being what everyone expects you to be. Or you can find the courage to fight and write your own story.
In the darkest place, there's the faintest light. Yes. Gives me hope to face the hardest fight. Pain delivers me.
That's it.
I don't need their sympathy.
Are you sure?
'Cause they can't take away my might. Where I go, they will never find.
James!
Be stronger.
Prepare to sail!
Higher.
For the moon!
Dig deeper. Fight the fire.
It's just me!
Or to conquer the demons I won't have to longer. I've got to be
You'll see in time, you will survive. Too soon to run, too late to hide. It's your destiny. Every pace, every stride.
I am stronger. Reach up higher. Digging deeper. Found the fire. Feel enlightened. Won't be frightened anymore. I can't run now. So much faster. Melting people. Be my master. I will conquer the demons. I will not longer. Now I'm
When we come back, Harry Connick Jr. presents the Tony for Best Revival of a Musical. Next, and we'll have a performance from It Should Have Been You.
Plus, check out what's happening backstage at facebook.com/CBS. And coming up, a special tribute from Josh Groban. The Tony Awards, only CBS. I know, he's loved.
What is with him?
Everyone loves you, babe. And you too, gorgeous. Alan, are you dead?
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Earlier, the award for Best Costume Design of a Play went to Christopher Oram, Wolf Hall, Parts 1 and 2.
Wardrobe costumes are massively involving, complicated department. A lot of people work together very hard to create the clothes that people wear on stage.
And the award for Best Costume Design of a Musical went to Catherine Zuber, The King and I.
I'd like to celebrate this with all my friends and colleagues at Lincoln Center Theater.
Please welcome an actor and graduate of the Carnegie Mellon School of Drama, Joe Manganiello.
Last year, we announced that the Tony Awards and Carnegie Mellon University co-created the first Excellence in Theater Education Award to recognize arts educators nationwide. Teachers have an enormous impact on our lives. Like my favorite high school drama teacher, Cindy Schreiner, who encouraged me to try out for Oklahoma my senior year and changed the trajectory of my life. Hi, Cindy. Sutton Foster, fellow Carnegie Mellon alum, Who is your inspirational teacher?
My high school drama teacher, Mr. Bodick.
Good. Darren Criss, what about you, buddy?
Oh, man. Well, I've seen Magic Mike, so I've learned a lot from you, buddy, but I would have to say Peter Devine at St. Ignatius College Prep in San Francisco.
We never forget the names of the people who were there to give us inspiration and guidance. There were thousands of outstanding candidates for this special recognition. And earlier tonight, we presented the first Excellence in Theater Education Award to Corey Mitchell. Let's give him a hand. Congratulations, Corey.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It is an honor.
Please welcome Tony-nominated actor and composer and America's sweetheart, Harry Connick Jr.
Thank you. The Broadway musical is a uniquely American form of expression, and some of the boldest and bravest work of the past is embodied in this season's nominated revivals. Beautiful scores written by some of the greatest composers of all time, Rodgers and Hammerstein, Leonard Bernstein, Comden and Green, and Cy Coleman, are now reaching new audiences. They allow us to revel in our heritage and ignite a passion to look forward to the future. Once again, the nominees for Best Revival of a Musical are The King and I, On the Town,
It's a hell of a time.
On the 20th Century,
Keep watched and don't play.
and the Tony Award goes to The King and I.
Accepting the award for The King and I, producer Andre Bishop.
Thank you so much, everybody. Lincoln Center Theater is very grateful to Tony voters and to the Theater League, and I must say we're very honored to be in the company of On the 20th Century and On the Town, two absolutely exquisite and superb revivals. I want to congratulate the King and I company, all the members of it, those on stage, those off stage, those at front of house, those who play in the orchestra pit. You are all working at the top of your form, and we are very grateful to you. I must thank the wonderful, hardworking, and talented staff of Lincoln Center Theater and our beloved and caring board of directors who have supported us through all the ups and downs at Lincoln Center. Howard Panter and the Ambassador Theater Group for joining us on this project and being such delightfully eccentric and generous partners. And finally, two very special entities that I must thank with all my heart. The Rodgers and Hammerstein organization. For 22 years, they have allowed Lincoln Center Theater to do the best of their shows, with Carousel in 1994 and South Pacific 7 years ago, and now perhaps their most beloved and iconic show, The King and I. Thank you. And finally, gratitude, honor, respect, and love for our brilliant director, Bartlett Shear, whose vision of The King and I for the 21st century is, quite frankly, the principal reason that all of us are standing up here tonight accepting the Tony Award. Thank you all so much.
Please welcome a Tony-winning actor and director of It Should Have Been You, David Hyde Pierce.
Barbara Anselmi and Brian Hargrove's It Should Have Been You is a musical comedy about a crazy wedding, and audiences have been laughing their nuptials off. But that's not all. This is an actual email from a woman who saw the show. I cried. I laughed. It hit a little too close to home with that mother. Oi. And a larger girl as the lead. Wow. It's the first time I've had someone I could all the way identify with as a lead. I cried when Jenny sang the song Beautiful because I know how it feels to never feel beautiful. And in that moment when she finally stood up for herself and realized she needed to start living for herself, I felt empowered. Here is that moment. Here are Adam Heller, Lisa Howard, and the mother of all mothers, Tony Award winner Tyne Daly.
Jenny? Jenny! Jennifer, make sure the photographer gets a picture of your father dancing with Rebecca. You know what? No. No? Is it too much to ask you to do this one little favor for your sister? You better stop right there, because you know that's not fair. I pulled this off without a glitch. So say goodbye. I'm done. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm tired of being your bitch. Are you drunk? I'm gonna get me a little something, and a little something else on the side. What are you talking about? Everybody else is celebrating. I wanna hop on that ride. Fix me a drink, don't you dare. Then double it up. And when my glass is empty, refill my cup. 'Cause I'm gonna get me a little something, and a little something else on the side. Why is she talking like a big black woman? I spent my whole damn life just waiting on this days while I just sat on the shelf. I have lived to please, ain't no debating. I'm gonna live for myself. Give me a man who's more than talk. And when I give him back, he won't be able to walk. Yeah, I said it. I'm gonna get me a little something, and a little something else, and a lot of something extra, and a great big heap of something, something.
Coming up, Bernadette Peters, Larry David, Jason Alexander, and Neil Patrick Harris.
Love. And next, a special tribute from Josh Groban, the Tony Awards.
Only CBS. See, that's the way you see it.
Josh Groban, Josh Groban, Josh Groban, Josh Groban.
Welcome back to the Tony Awards. Earlier this evening, a special Tony Award was presented to John Cameron Mitchell.
Turn off the internet. Combine all the things that you love in the world. Take some time, and you might come up with something special that's lasting.
The Isabel Stevenson Award for Humanitarian Efforts was presented to Stephen Schwartz.
I'm proud to join the previous Isabel Stevenson Award recipients, whom I so admire for the great contributions they have made to our community and our society.
The Regional Theater Tony Award was presented to Cleveland Playhouse.
Cleveland Playhouse cannot think of a better way to launch our centennial season and the next 100 years of making great theater for our great community.
Please welcome two-time Tony winner,
Miss Judith Light.
The Broadway League reported that this was the best attended season on Broadway, and I am so happy to see that the lives of more and more young people are being touched by the theater. Many of them who were fortunate enough to see the 5 men nominated for Best Performance by a Leading Actor in a Play were treated to experiences that they will never forget. The nominees are Stephen Boyer, Hand to God; Bradley Cooper, The Elephant Man; Ben Miles, Wolf Hall, Parts 1 and 2; Bill Nye, Skylight; and Alex Sharp, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. And the American Theater Wing's Tony goes to Alex Sharp, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
In his Broadway debut, Alex Sharp takes home the Tony for his compelling portrayal of Christopher Boone in The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow, that is so crazy. Oh, geez. This time last year, I picked up my diploma graduating from Juilliard, so to be holding this is insane. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for so many people. Thank you to the entire Curious Incident team, Marion Elliott for taking a chance on a blank resume, the producers, everyone involved, the cast, I love you so much, the crew, everyone who works at the Barrymore, my family, my mum is here, my sister Nicole, I love you, Wallace. Thank you so much. A really extra special, huge thank you to the cast. They are extraordinary. This play is about a young person who is different and who is misunderstood. And I would just want to dedicate this to any young person out there who feels misunderstood or who feels different, and answer that question at the end of the play for you. Does that mean I can do anything? Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Now please welcome Tony-winning actress, Phylicia Rashad.
Every night, the lights on Broadway marquees beckon audiences who yearn to be entertained and hopefuls who long to make their living on the stage. And ever so often, those lights are dimmed as we join together as a community to acknowledge the passing of one of those former audience members or hopefuls who took up a life in the theater. To be remembered is to live on. And so now we pause to honor some Tony winners, nominees, and many other theater professionals who left us this year. And performing this special tribute, please welcome Josh Groban.
Hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the and
two-time Tony winner, Bernadette Peters.
A father wrestling with his sexuality, an American in Paris, a desperate playwright, the King of Siam, and a sailor on leave. These are the characters infused with dimension by the nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role in a Musical. They are Michael Severus, Fun Home, Robert Fairchild, An American in Paris, Brian Darcy James, Something Rotten, Ken Watanabe, The King and I, Tony Yazbek, On the Town. And the Tony Award goes to Michael Severus, Fun Home.
With 6 nominations for acting, Michael Cerveris earns his second Tony. He won in 2004 for Assassins.
Wow, you've made a lot of people in New Orleans really happy right now. Who dat? This has been an extraordinary thing to first of all, Brian Darcy James, Tony Yazbek, Ken Watanabe, and Robbie Fitzgerald. You guys do things that I could not possibly do, and I celebrate everything that you do. I'm fortunate to be standing here. You all deserve to be. I thought I knew what I was going to say if I ever had to again. Our show is about home. It's about finding who you are. I have had the great good fortune to have a beautiful and supportive home, thanks to my father and mother, teachers who gave me every benefit, and my sister and brother as well, instilled a love of art and a compassion for other people that I wish everybody's parents could give them. Alison Bechtel gave us a beautiful story of her home and shared it with all of us, and Lisa and Janine and Sam and our beautiful company have tried to share it with everybody else. I feel like the home I've found has been with some grace for a little light to talk into the darkness. I have often been in the darkness watching so many of you. I think that I'm just overwhelmed. I truly, truly am. Thank you so much. And this is Bruce Bechtel's tie that his son Christian gave to me to share with all of you. If Corey Mitchell can teach his students to be their pure, wonderful selves, I hope that all of us can do that for everybody in our lives and across the country. And I hope the Supreme Court can recognize that too. Thank you so much.
Now, last year's Tony-winning leading actor in a musical, Neil Patrick Harris.
Before I present the next award, earlier in the night I made some predictions in that locked box. What? We're not, that's a drag, because it went so well last time. Tonight I have the honor of presenting the award for Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role in a Musical. The nominees are Kristen Chenoweth, On the 20th Century, Leanne Cope, An American in Paris, Beth Malone, Fun Home, Kelly O'Hara, The King and I, and Chita Rivera, The Visit. And the Tony Award goes to Kelly O'Hara, The King and I.
With 5 prior nominations for acting in musicals, Kelly O'Hara wins her first Tony for her marvelous performance as Anna Leon Owens in The King and I.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, she's so tight. Oh my gosh. Just give me 90 seconds here. Oh my gosh. Thank you so Thank you so very much. Thank you with all of my heart. I'm going to take a deep breath, and you'd think that I would have written something down by now, but I haven't. I wouldn't allow myself to do that, but I will say this. I love what I do. And I don't need this, but now that I have it, I've got some things to say. I come from a place far away, but there's a little teacher there, and 2 of us tonight, Kristen and I, share her. Florence Birdwell, thank you for that. The other women, yes, Florence, thank you. The other women in my category, a legend, future legends. I am so proud to be part of you, part of your air tonight. My parents, who are sitting next to me for the 6th time, you don't have to pretend it's okay this time. And thank you for giving me roots, for Florence Birdwell for giving me wings, Bart Shear for teaching me how to fly, Lincoln Center for being my home for the last 10 years off and on. Thank you so much. For The King and I, all of my beautiful cast and crew. You're such beautiful, proud people on that stage and off stage. I'm so happy to be there. My king, Ken Watanabe. You are the king, my king. Again, Bart Shear and everyone there. Fran Curry, you are my arm. And finally, and I forgot a million people, Becky, Beth, and Megan, I love you so much. My sister and my brother, finally, my husband, my teacher, my friend, my soulmate, the reason I can do everything I can do and have these beautiful babies at home. I owe everything to you, Greg Norton. Thank you so much for all of this and for coming to see our shows, and I'll be back, maybe not up here, but I'll be on the theater stage. I'm gonna do the worm. Yes.
How you feeling?
She gonna lock her door tonight.
Inside Buzz.
O'Hara, watch out.
Larry David and Jason Alexander present the Tony for Best Musical next.
Plus a special anniversary performance from the company of Jersey Boys.
The Tonys.
Only CS.
Just keep it down.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Please welcome Tony winner Jason Alexander and author and star of Fish in the Dark, Larry David.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. As many of you know, on Tuesday night, I'll be replacing my friend Larry in his play, Fish in the Dark.
Yeah, I don't know about replacing, you know. You're not really replacing. You're kind of stepping in. You're a stepper, not a replacer.
Larry, that's what it's called in the theater, and it's not like I don't already have experience playing you. I got 7 Emmy nominations for it.
You got nominated. Nominated. Yeah, like that's a big deal. Hey, let me tell you something, okay? The true measure of a man is not to be nominated and still show up to read a list of names of those who are nominated. That's a big man. That's a big man.
You say big man, others might say loser.
Loser. You know, if by loser you're referring to a man who's greeted 8 times a week by 1,000 people who stand as one, applauding until their hands are raw, cheering until their voices are spent, whispering he's so much better looking in person, and laughing until their faces are contorted in an anguished mask that can best be described as a sort of Bell's palsy. People who, if it were up to them, would put aside the obvious anti-Semitism. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I said it. The anti-Semitism that denies a nomination to a Larry David or a Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, then yes, I am a loser.
Yeah, loser, that's it.
Once again, the nominees for Best Musical are An American in Paris, Fun Home, Something Rotten, The Visit,
And the Tony Award goes to, bravo, Fun Home.
To the American Theater Wing.
Wait. Now go.
To the American Theater Wing and the Broadway League. Everyone in the entire Fun Home family is forever grateful. You have changed our major to miracle. Creating a Broadway musical means years of asking yourself, will this ever happen? So to our fellow nominees, we salute you for never giving up and for creating these amazing shows that have made this a truly fantastic Broadway season. We celebrate the miracle of your work.
To our entire Fun Home family, to Janine, to Sam, to Lisa, to our designers, to our crew, to everybody, we stand here because your faith was boundless. We set out to create a musical that had not been created before, and because from our first preview at the Public Theater, that birthplace of great American musicals, audiences fell in love with Fun Home because of you and how you trusted this show.
Fun Home has had countless guardian angels. We give huge thanks to all our fabulous producing partners, Paul Libben and our team at Circle in the Square, Oscar, Patrick, Mandy, and everyone at the Public, the Sundance Institute, David Stone, and the Fox Partners. But our foremost gratitude goes out to Allison Bechtel. You had the courage to share your family story. You trusted us to put it on Broadway, and now our audiences are finding a way to understand and love their families. Thank you!
To finish tonight, we're taking you back to a time when women were oppressed, trans was an airline, and men had cojones.
And sometimes those cojones were squeezed really tight.
Please welcome Jersey Boys.
Why it takes so long to see the light? It seems so You know I didn't even know her name, but I was never gonna be the same. What a lady, what a night. Oh, I got a funny feeling when she walks in the room, and as I recall